What's going on, everyone? So yesterday, the Lakers got an absolute must-needed win. Every game at this point is much needed. We need to sweep the board, ideally. But realistically, you're still going to take some L's, but there are an important amount of games coming up, and you got to win, 80%, 90% of them, which I think the Lakers are capable of doing. We are now on a 2-game win streak. Anthony Davis played like Anthony Davis in this game, really took over in the second half. He had 7 points at halftime and finished the game with 27, had 14 in the third quarter, and gave us 27-9 and 5 with a block, with a steal, and was just an absolute, again, dominant Anthony Davis. But the real bright spot, real standout was Austin Reaves. He continues to shine. He continues to thrive. He's played so well. Darvin Ham interjected him into the starting lineup, which paid off. I mean, Austin Reaves gave us 25 points, 4 rebounds, 11 assists, and a steal, and was just an absolute monster. Taking over, hitting big shots down the stretch, taking over early on, doing the things that we need him to do, and his ability to just create knockdown shots is just really massive. His ability to play on the ball, off the ball, him and D'Angelo Russell were playing really good off of each other, which D'Lo, he had a solid game, 26 points and 6 assists, as well as 50% from 3. He shot 3 of 6. Again, just massive game by D'Lo, and D'Lo's defense was really good. I need to get another video up on D'Lo soon because this was a really solid game, but in general, it was a real team effort. It wasn't just solely on Austin Reaves. Again, Anthony Davis was a monster. D'Lo was great. Vanderbilt was fantastic. Schroeder had a nice game. Beasley hit a couple threes, shot 40%, which was good. But Reaves just continues to shine. He's coming off of a career-high 35-point game, and in many ways, kind of single-handedly kept us in that game and won us that game. Not one player wins or loses a game, but he did everything he could to make sure we won that game. It was just absolutely incredible. And then followed that up with the 25-point performance. I mean, the guy just, the fundamentals, the IQ, the playmaking, the shot selection, not taking terrible shots. I mean, his efficiency is what makes him so good. It's not that he's, putting up 20 shots a game and therefore, he's, shooting 40% and getting 25 points. No, I mean, he's shooting 6 of 10 from the field. So he's shooting 60% and he's taking good quality shots, creating his own shot, getting to the rim, but he's also drawing fouls. He's also getting and creating contact and just being very crafty, very creative in his style of play, and was 12 of 13 from the free throw line. He's really taken over and created all of these opportunities from the free throw line, which, speaking of free throws, we really got to do a better job of making free throws. We were 36 of 46, which is crazy. We got 46 free throws. And I know a lot of people are a little like, Lakers are just getting so many free throws, and Austin Reaves, he's gotten a favorable whistle lately. And I mean, he's creating the contact. It's not like they're just blowing the whistle just to blow the whistle for Reaves. I mean, Reaves is doing his job, and he's a second-year player, which in and of itself, it is amazing, the growth between year 1 and year 2. He's going to get paid. It's just, it's a beautiful thing to see when it comes to Austin Reaves. But he's creating that contact. He's being very smart and strategic and getting guys to bait and guys to fall. Second-year players don't usually get the whistle unless they are really creating that contact. I mean, even LeBron James and Anthony Davis have joked about how they wish that they got the whistle that Austin Reaves gets. But again, it's warranted contact, right? Like the Phoenix Suns, they were really upset with the foul calls in this game and felt like they didn't get enough free throws. They shot 20 to the Lakers 46, but the Lakers were the ones that were being aggressive and going downhill on countless occasions, right? I mean, for example, the Phoenix Suns shot 31 threes, right, to the Lakers 17. They doubled their three-point attempts, but they shot half the free throws that the Lakers did because, again, they weren't as aggressive in the interior. Anthony Davis was being aggressive, especially in that second half. Again, Austin Reaves was creating contact and getting free throws, and they weren't like it wasn't like non-contact fouls. Like most of the fouls, if not all of them, were warranted fouls, right? Like D'Lo got several foul calls where he just got hacked. And then same thing with AD, same thing with Austin Reaves. So I don't think the disparity in free throws was a big thing, as you know, some people like to point out, or you know, even Monty Williams pointed out in this Lakers game. But regardless, however you feel about it, Austin Reaves is doing his job. You know, his job is to put the pressure on the refs and make the refs make a decision. Finish through contact, which he does. He does that great, right? I mean, every time he gets contact, he's throwing the ball up and giving himself an opportunity to get an and one. And he's got like 32, 33 of them this year. So he's doing it effectively. But also, it's just his playmaking and his ability to just play off of anybody. Plays so well off of Anthony Davis. He, playing well with Vanderbilt, giving nice dishes and lobs. Him and D'Lo were playing great off of each other. And it's very likely only going to get better once LeBron gets there, right? Because LeBron plays so well off of Austin Reaves, we've seen in the past, and just high IQ guys in general. And Austin Reaves, you never really see him take a terrible shot unless he has to, right? You know, clock's winding down, he's just got to chuck it up. Outside of that, you make an argument that he should shoot more, right? It's like, dude, shoot the ball, right? Like there's times where you want him to shoot it. And this is a guy that it's crazy to think he's very likely only going to get better. He's only going to improve. He's only going to the sky's the limit with this guy. Like, right? Personally, I don't think he'll ever be like that number one guy. Like, I don't think he's going to be like, if he's the best player on your team, that you're winning a championship. But I think he's capable of being like a third, fourth option on a legit championship contender, right? I think if he's like your third or fourth best player, you're probably a pretty good team, right? If not a legit championship level team. And I know a lot of people were calling for Austin Reaves to be in the starting lineup for a while now. I still personally, especially when LeBron gets back, I would personally like Reaves off the bench. And it's nothing against Reaves. Reaves absolutely deserves to start. His defense, his tenacity, just his ability to score and get us going early. All of those things are very important. And there's a real argument for him to start. And I believe he's earned the right to start. But what he does for the bench unit and what he does in that gap role, and by gap role, I mean that guy that a lot of times closes games. Many people compare him to Manu Ginobili, right? Manu Ginobili was a gap guy, right? Usually closed games, came in, led the starting unit, but also played with the starters for good chunks and just did everything, right? Like the ultimate glue guy. Like to me, that's what Austin Reaves is. He's that ultimate glue guy. He's the guy that puts it all together. He's that gap guy that bridges the starting unit and the bench unit, but also good enough and talented enough to finish games, close games, all that stuff. That's why I really like him in that spot, because his production, I mean, he's a guy that's capable of giving you 20, 25 points a game off the bench. And as long as he's playing, his 30 plus minutes, which I think he should, he's going to get you 15 plus, right? And that ability is very valuable to the bench. Because, like, for example, our bench, usually when you see us win games, our bench will have like 60 bench points, right? Like we're scoring in bunches with the bench. A lot of that is because of Austin Reaves, right? Even if he's not primarily scoring, he's still playmaking for others. Austin Reaves doesn't really care about us. Like, he doesn't have to go get 25, but he's plays so well and he's developed into this role of like, kind of closer, takeover guy, all that stuff, right? While LeBron's out, like, good, run that role, play that role, do that, right? We need that right now. But if LeBron comes back, he might not have to go get 25. I still think he's very capable of it, but if he doesn't have to, he just wants to win, and that has value. But him being in that bench unit, especially when LeBron comes back, and allowing LeBron, maybe moving Beasley back into the starting lineup, because I do think Beasley will get better looks and more opportunities with LeBron, because it's just LeBron James, right? The attention that he's going to drag, his ability to find shooters in a pocket, all that stuff, right? I think that has value. And then if Beasley just doesn't have it that night, you take him out immediately and you put in Reaves, and boom, there you go, and you're off to the races. And I just think Reaves bolsters our bench unit, and also can be the guy that comes in, runs with the starters and all that stuff. And you could get the lineup that we got tonight, right? Just swap Troy Brown with LeBron. You could have that Jared Vanderbilt, Austin Reaves, D'Lo, and Davis lineup along with LeBron James, and you're good, right? That could even be your closing lineup, unless, say a Beasley or a Schroeder or somebody's just shooting the lights out, then maybe put them in. But regardless, I think Austin Reaves in that gap role when LeBron comes back, I think is very valuable. But if they don't go that route and they do just start Reaves, I'm totally okay with that. Like D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reaves, LeBron James, Jared Vanderbilt, and Anthony Davis, in my opinion, is a championship level starting unit. I really believe that. I think that is a team that can absolutely win an NBA championship. Will they be able to? It's going to be tough, right? They still got a long road ahead, but LeBron should be right around the corner. We should find out later today what's going on with him as he gets reevaluated. Once we get that news, I'll definitely cover it. We'll talk about that stuff and talk about LeBron. But Austin Reaves is going to feast more. You think Reaves is playing well now? Wait till LeBron's back. I mean, Austin Reaves and LeBron James already just have that connection, have that chemistry. Reaves plays so well alongside LeBron. LeBron's ability to play off the ball and allow Reaves to make plays is very valuable in itself too. You're already seeing D'Angelo Russell and Reaves play off of each other well. That's only going to get better once LeBron's here. I mean, we were 3-0 with this team fully healthy before LeBron got hurt, right? Now, that's a very small sample size, be that, but they were some pretty solid teams. And on top of that, like, it's not unfathomable to think that once you get a couple games into your belt, let's say LeBron comes back with like 6-7 games left, it's not out of the realm of possibility to think we go like 4-2 or, 5-2 or go, go 4-3, whatever. And that should be enough. I think we're going to have to get around probably 42, 43 wins. And I do think that Austin Reaves is going to be a huge factor. I mean, if this guy gets us into the play-in or even better, a playoff spot, I build this guy a statue out front. I mean, seriously. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think of Austin Reaves? Do you love him? Do you not? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. I don't know how you couldn't love him, but I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comment section.